There is something that always confused and annoyed me as a Christian over the years, though it might be because I was from Pentecostal background, so not all Christians will agree. But growing up, it always seemed that in this life, Satan gave the better deals, the better powers, and in fact was overall more powerful. Yes, I realize that according to Christians Jesus could just snap his fingers and destroy Satan, and someday will. But until then Jesus seems so much hampered by things. Depending on who you ask, Satan made this world the perfect balance that it is. After all, it was the fall of man, so sin and Satan created the suffering in the world, so that just the right balance of animals can eat meat compared to those that eat plants. And overall, for the most part, the right animals have the right tools for the job. God made everything perfect before the fall, but Satan balanced the world afterwards, so while there was suffering there was still balance. Throughout the Bible it's God that does most of the killing for the slightest crimes, whereas Satan only does it a job with God's permission. If we compare the gifts from God and Satan here, Satan seems to win out. Satan, depending on who you ask, gives the power to cure people through psychics, gives witch doctors and warlocks their magic to kill, cure, or save lives and so on. It is Satan that gives the witches their powers, who allows people to become animals, to speak to them, money, power, women and so on. Stuff that are substantial and can give benefits. What does God give? Power to maybe exorcise demons, cure diseases that are already curable and only if he feels like it. Speak in what amounts to gibberish to anyone, but you, God, and maybe a interpreter, stuff that can be easily mistaken for other things. You compare the miracle claims and powers of other religions, which many Christians will claim are actually from Satan, and compare them to what Christians can show as their powers and what they claim they are. I had wondered about this as a kid. Why couldn't God give me power to shapeshift, or talk to animals? And the reason that I heard was that Satan gives powers that make you appear to be the one with the power, while God gives gifts and things that glorify him. Jesus requires you to pray to him, to show and give glory to him. This is partly why prayer is needed for him to cure. Whereas with Satan's powers you just do it yourself. As a kid this had always annoyed me, and part of what pushed me away from the church initially, though since then I have learned a lot of problems with Christianity and the Bible. One last thing to think about, is something that the guy who did the Biblical Currency series kept saying: the Bible is written as if it was by Satan, trying to make God look bad. Makes me wonder, if heaven and hell were not issue, who would be worshipped more? Maybe this is why the Bible has both. I don't believe in God or Satan. A last thing to think about, it is Satan that tempts you with power, and stuff, that pulls you away from God so easily, whereas it is God that whispers in a small voice, you have to hear, and go to God, whereas Satan comes to you all the time, and uses all of his powers to bring you to him. Why is this? But this had seemed to come up a bit in videos of late, particularly Ogre 6's video, so thought I would bring this thing up and hear your thoughts. On a side note, I have reached 50 subscribers, and wondering if I should do a question and answers video. Let me know in PM or here if you think I should, and if I get enough responses I will make it. If not, I will wait until I reach 100 subscribers.